Hey guys, Ken here from the Retro Toy Escapades channel in Malaysia. With so much buzz surrounding the recent release of the MOTU Origins Thunder Punch He-Man figure, I decided to take a throwback look at the classics version of the figure from 2012. That's right, this figure is over 10 years old today. Now, the classics figures are generally regarded by fans as boasting of some of the very best Masters of the Universe figures of all time. But how does this Thunder Punch figure hold up? Let's find out as we get into the review. Now, the appearance of the Thunder Punch He-Man in Classics was the first time that this version has turned up again since the 1980s. But it wasn't going to contain the famous cap firing action feature that the vintage one did. This figure would just give us something of a cosmetic look of the feature in action. The sculpt of He-Man looking pissed was pretty standard for the Classics line. He's been wearing this same stern grimace since the original Wave 1 Classics figure, in fact. The Thunder Punch front harness with the shield design and the vac metal edges looks good, but somehow I don't think it stands out as much as it should. I don't know, man. Maybe it's the paint, okay? The whole figure is in fact looking really pale and almost bloodless. Where's the tan on this guy? Now, the articulation on the figure was cutting edge for the time. This was the first time ever that MOTU fans were getting He-Man figures with so much posability and function. Now, while you don't get as many movable joints on the figure as what you'd get from a modern-day Masterverse figure, sometimes less is more because the overall figure just feels sturdier. The joints are like super tight and it feels like they have some real heft to them. Nothing feels hollow. Look, at that time, it's safe to say that this was the first instance ever where you could get a He-Man figure in some pretty dynamic action poses. And man, does it look good. The Thunder Punch He-Man comes with a whole bunch of accessories which were innovative for the time, like this translucent energy punch effect designed to fit around his fist to thunder punch out the bad guys. These days, you do get Origins and Mondo figures replicating the same punch effect look. Back then, it was all new. But I do wonder though why they didn't make the color on this thing brighter though. It's really on the light side, don't you think? Now, similarly, he gets a translucent power sword, which looks cool, but again, is washed in that same light yellow plastic. Everything about the figure so far, including the main body, is really pale and powered down. Do you see it? Okay, then we get down to his really nice looking vac metal shield. Look at this thing, man. It's just shining so brilliantly. Okay, over in the back, you have this circular section here which can be removed. And then you get this red ring here which can also be taken off. And this thing is supposed to be the blasting cap. Okay, it's like the ring of blasting caps. It's a neat homage, but just to remind you, nothing here works. Okay, He-Man's Thunder Punch backpack looks great as well. It's very intricately detailed. And you see this large red dial on the back here which can be turned about. Okay, this thing can be turned around just to give you the illusion that something is happening. Nothing's happening, guys. Now, the backpack can't be removed though, all right? Although, there's nothing you can do with it, even if you did remove it, all right? It can be opened, and you find a holder inside for the blasting caps to be fitted inside, just like so. Now, when you turn the dial, the caps spin around, okay? But again, don't expect anything to happen, okay? They just want you to be taken as close as possible to the original 80s experience. That's it. Now, this was the very first attempt from any MOTU line to produce a Thunder Punch He-Man variant that served as a homage and without featuring the actual gimmick itself. That's probably because the blasting cap gimmick is the only feature among all of the He-Man variants that faces the most uphill battle in replicating. You get what I mean? Now, look, honestly, for its time, this figure is pretty great. Even stuff like getting a sculpted fist, okay, that was like a big deal back then, all right? This is, of course, back in the day when action figures didn't come with something like 15 sets of hands, all right? Now, the figure looks good enough as it is, but to me, well, kind of part of it is always going to feel like it's incomplete, okay, because of the action feature that's not there. Either way, it still looks good. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys again real soon with more content. Take care out there.